So what can you actually buy in Portugal for 20,000 euros on a windy day? Well, here in the ghost town, not so much. Although I bought this property for 12,000 euro very recently. And I bought this two-story building for 10,000 euro. But you won't likely get those prices, because for that you need to live here already and negotiate with the locals and have patience. Now this one was on sale with a real estate agent 2 years ago, and you might have been able to snatch it up for 20,000 euro. But not anymore. Now this is the first property I bought. For this I paid 7,500 euro, but that was 4 years ago. Now you might be able to buy something like this for 20,000 euro. Although these are two pieces of land with on both pieces of land a ruin that are dated pre-51, so habitation license exempt. So it might still be difficult to find that for 20k, but let's see. Now before we start our search, let's set some criteria first. I know a little bit of what is possible, so let's say 40 square meters of building minimum. Land size, let's say 400. And the type of renovation, you're only going to get a full renovation. Not only the inside, and definitely not turnkey. Location, very important. Where do you want to be in Portugal? In this case, inland is the only possibility. Imagine this is Portugal. This region, the whole coast, no. You can maybe get a piece of land for 20,000 euro. Only land. We're located here. Here it's a little bit more expensive. Here it's about the same price. So anywhere in that area could be a possibility. Definitely not on the coast. Now there are a lot of different websites where you can look for properties in Portugal. Except for all the different real estate agents where you can look for properties, of course. There are also general websites where there's a whole collection of properties available, and where are also more of the locals who can offer their properties. Websites like Idealista or Imo Virtual or Supercasa or OLX even. It's like the Portuguese eBay. Also a good website is the Pure Portugal website in the UK. Let's take a look. So this is the website Idealista. We're looking for casas and apartamentos, and we're looking in Castelo Branco. The whole area. And then we want to first select on the cheapest ones. All the different websites have a little bit different possibilities in the selections you can make. Here you can, for instance, put in the price, but it only starts at 60,000 euro. So that's not very helpful for us. What we want is at least a room, because that implicates that there is a house. And if we can get 4 rooms for 20,000 euro, that's also okay. And for the rest, there is not much that we can select. You might want to select Jardin here, the garden. But the characteristics of different properties are not always put in correctly. And there are a lot of properties that have a garden, but where the advertiser didn't select garden. So we better not select that. What we can do is a minimum area of 40 square meters. This is the area for the building. So that would mostly implicate also that there is a building, although you see here directly with the first result, that is not a result with a building, because if it would have a building, the first photo would be a building. So here we see a building, here we also see a building. So now the only question on this website is, does it have land with it? So then we have to open this link, see where it goes, and see if they say anything about land with the building. So I translated it to English. 30 stone house, excellent investment, 2 rooms, right in the village, quiet location, close to the river. It doesn't say anything about there being, here, 30 square meters. That's not enough. Also, these are a little bit the more cheaper buildings, so probably there is not much land with them. So let's scroll a little bit further and see what we have for a little bit more money. What is this? So this has a building, and judging by the stones it's pre-51. It's 52 square meters. Let's do a translation here. With a 1400 square meter plot. So that sounds interesting. Let's see some of the pictures. Okay, so apparently you can see here very clearly the plot. Yes. That's a nice plot. Too bad that the top part is not in there. But as soon as you have boots on the ground, local people will come up to you and offer you their properties. You have to account for that some pieces of land are also very unclear who is the owner, and you might never be able to buy it. So it's not said that you can buy this extra piece of land here, but there could be a possibility. This is actually a pretty nice piece. Another question here is if this building is registered. So if it's not registered, then it also cannot be habitation license exempt. And in those cases, you best off to get the sellers to register the building, because it's been in their name for a long time probably. And if you buy it first and then try to register, that could be a lot of hassle. So yeah, that looks actually pretty cool. But like I said, full renovation necessary. Let's see, what more do we have? This is all kind of townhouses, so they most of the time don't have any attached land. There might be some land with it, but it probably isn't attached, and yeah, you can choose to do that, but I would rather have land that is attached to my house. And for 20,000 that's possible. If you want to escape the rat race, anybody can get 20k. Maybe takes you a year or 2, maybe 3. You might have to go live with your sister for a while. You might need to cancel all your subscriptions, eat some more rice. You might need to change your job. But I believe that for everybody is doable. If you don't know how you could do that, you should buy my product. No, I don't have a product. But if you don't know how to do that, and you maybe want some advice, shoot me an email. My email is linked in the description. And maybe eventually we can see if we can make it into a product. It would be interesting to see how many of you guys are interested in escaping the rat race. I believe that if you're motivated to do it, that anybody can basically do it. It's not that hard. This world was made up by people not much smarter than you. Again, my email is in the description. Send me your questions on the subject, and I'll see how far I can help you guys out. Ooh, this is a cool building. I like this. Probably no land. Let's translate to English. 2-story building has a gross area. Oh, that's a big area. plus a rear patio of approximately 74 square meters. So that doesn't have any land, just a patio on the back. Well, that could be a cool tourism project. Not what we're looking for though. Let's see. There is a lot for sale in the villages, but that's all like pure buildings. You could do a lot with tourism there though. Let's see, do we have anything? What is this? Santo André de Stogères. Ah. Let's see, what is this? A T2 building. House in the parish of Santo André, fully renovated. Needs fully renovation. Oh, an area of 930 square meters. That's good. Access by car to the door. That's also one thing, huh? Water and electricity. If you're too far from a village, then it's probably not affordable to get municipal water or electricity there. Some fruit trees. Promising. It's a cute little shed. So you can see from the schist stone that it's pre-51. The question here is also if the building is registered. It needs some work. Yeah, that looks a lot like a typical Portuguese house. So if the building is not registered and it doesn't have habitation license exempt, you cannot live there officially. Oh, but this one has potential, I think, guys. It's close to a village. And as you can see here, they lowered the price from 19,000 to 18.5. So yeah, for instance, for this one, you should start bidding at, let's say, 15. I would like to buy it for 15. So I would probably start offering at 14, 13.5. To eventually end up at 15. That would be a good price for this, I think. Okay, let's see what other websites have. Imo Virtual. Moradias. Castelo Branco, hè? And here we can put the price. So we do from, let's say, 10 to 20. Area. I think that is outside area. 0 results. 70 results. Area. Okay. Let's leave it empty. Then we want to sort by mais baixo. Lowest first. What do we see? T0. So they're calling this a T0, but it doesn't have a house. So a T0 is a studio apartment, like 1 room, and a T1 is like 1 bedroom. So that is a main living room and a bedroom. And a T0 is it's a building. So these first results here all don't have buildings, but this even says T9 plus. This one has building. Let's scroll a little bit further. Oh, this is like this looks cool. It's a very small building though, 34 square meters. 5 additional plots of land. So yeah, here, walled farmhouse measuring. So the initial plot is 1250 square meters. Yeah, it's a very small ruin, so that's maybe not that interesting. To give you a little bit an idea of object sizes, my kitchen is 22 or 23 square meters. Like 5 meters deep and like 4.5 wide. This is eventually going to be like a guest house. And I'm planning to make like a small shower and toilet area in the corner. So for me, for instance, I could live on this surface. In Portugal we mostly live outside, except in the winter. And the smaller your object is, in the winter you have to heat less of the object. If you take the other room here, that I renovated, my bedroom, that room is 18 square meters. So the both of them together are about 40 square meters. So this house that I recently bought for 12,000 euro is also 40 square meters. Only it's divided in all these small little rooms. And it has an additional room here in the back. And that is excluding the garage and other buildings. Let's see, what else is there? There's a lot in Santo André. Small farmhouse for sale, 30 square meters. That's also a little bit small. What is this? Studio farm for sale in Zarzedes, 20 square meters. It's also very small. Studio farm, yeah, so that's not it's not a building. So I don't know how you want to call that a studio. There's not much here on Imo Virtual. Let's check OLX. Casas. So let's see if we do here T0, if we also get land. The first one here are always advertisements. You can see that here with top. Yeah, so here it's categorized correctly. All the T's have a building on them. Castello Branco. Okay, then we want to order by price. Mais barato. What is that? Yeah, this is partly attached to something else. That's that's most of the time not a good idea. For 20,000 you can get something freestanding on a piece of land. But as you can see, it's not that easy, guys. It's not that easy. Before we go take a look at the last website, a couple of disclaimers. First of all, don't buy anything on these recommendations. I went quickly through the websites and I showed you some nice properties and maybe made some assumptions about them. So you should always do your own research if you really want to buy a certain property. Also be wary of very cheap properties, because there might be something with the registration, or it might have structural issues, or just be wary when things are seem too good to be true. And another thing, I regret to say it, but really guys, be careful with real estate agents. There are I heard some very concerning stories about very big real estate agents here in the area. What I think that happens is because there is so much demand, the real estate agencies are hiring people that they don't qualify very well. And I have, maybe I can share it with you one day. I have a story about, from one of our viewers who was conned, basically. And they all pull off their hands, and it's, yeah. Be very careful, guys. How you usually do it is you pay, if you want to buy a property and the seller wants to sell it to you for that price, is you pay 10% upfront on a temporary contract, promissory contract. I don't know how it's called in English, but sort of the one before the definite contract. And you pay 10% at the moment that that is signed. If anybody backs out, you lose your 10% and they have to pay you an extra 10%. And you don't transfer the rest of the money until you signed the actual deeds. Because they need to read them to you and you need to make sure that all the information is correct. And if it's not, then you don't buy the property. So, yeah, I want to warn you guys, be very careful. That being said, let's check out the Pure Portugal website. So what is mostly difficult about all these different websites to search properties is that they all have different search options. So here you can select property types, but not all websites have this. And it's sometimes very confusing for renovation or renovated house, ruin renovation. I mostly leave this on all types. And especially for the cheaper properties, I mostly go by ordering them by the lowest first, and then just sifting through what is there. So this is all in the Castelo Branco area also. Let's see, can we give here any specification? Minimum plot size. That would at least exclude the buildings that don't have land with them. Although it doesn't say if it has a building. But you can see that very easily from the photos. Building plots, these probably have already sort of a permission to build something. I also had the idea before I moved to Portugal that I wanted to build something myself. And you would say, with the condition that some ruins are in, that you would rather build something yourself. But there are a lot of different rules and regulations for renovating something or needing to build something from scratch. And renovating something, for a lot of things you don't even need a permission. If you, for instance, this roof, it was a wooden roof with roof tiles. If you want to replace this with the same materials, then you can do it yourself because you don't need a permit for this. For instance. Let's see, does Pure Portugal have something interesting? Mostly they have. Oh, here's the same project. We saw this already. What's the price here? I think it's about the same price. So in Portugal, multiple real estate agents or websites can offer the same properties. And in Holland, for instance, this is not possible. If you go with a real estate agent, then he has exclusivity to sell your property. Here's not the case, and sometimes you see even different prices on different websites. So that's also something to research. Oh, what was that? What was that? I clicked too soon. What is this? Panama Core Farmhouse. How big is that? They don't say how big the house is. The shed. One house, 2 outbuildings. Land. So that's probably small. It doesn't look too big also. Let's see, it's reserved. It does have a nice view. Or not? Where did I see that? 3 annexes that make up 150 square meters of stone construction on 800 square meters of land. That's not too big. It's not really clear from this photo what is what. 3 buildings, probably these 3. Let's see, there's probably something more interesting. A lot of them are reserved. The nice ones. What is this? Oh, I saw that on another website also already. There was something with this. The lands are not connected, I think. This is only a small piece of land next to it. Yeah. What is this? Hillside property. With good views. If there are good views, there should be better pictures. Property on the outskirts of a village. It has water and electricity nearby. The land is 6,000 square meters. Huh. Yeah, if this is a registered building, it's not pre-51, so it needs to have a habitation license. So it needs to be on an urban. It needs to be on an urban article. Otherwise, it won't have a habitation permission. What is this? This looks promising. Rural property. Registered building with 80 square meters. That's good. Fertile land, 3 kilometers from Sarzedes itself. That's very nearby. Huh? 1 acre of land. This could be a nice one also, guys. And it is registered. And it looks like it is schist, so that should be habitation license exempt. But again, do your own research, guys. Find somebody who can help you out. In my opinion, you can better spend some money than fall in one of the many pitfalls. Because then it's going to cost you a lot more money.